everyone? Welcome to Reality Speaks TV. You're back with your carriers. Today is Friday, February 18th, 2022. And I'm back with part 2 of my financial awareness workshop. And we're going to be continuing with budgeting today. I've had a lot of afterthoughts. I've got some more information, so therefore it's necessary that I continue with this. And as usual, it's going to be some real talk from a layman's point of view. Using myself as an example too. So let me start out with a fact. I was watching this young black woman who's a financial analyst. She has credentials. She did her research and she's into helping people. And she stated that the average median salary for African Americans is $24,000. That means it's the average. People could be making less or more, but if you take the numbers and you average it out, it's going to be $24,000. The average median salary for white people is $188,000. 24,000 versus 188,000. About 8 times more, 8.5 times more, close to 9 times more than our average. I mean, they can do a lot more with money. Brand new cars, houses, so forth and so on. So let me point out that it's definitely easier if you have money to budget it. I know that from experience. And it's very discouraging if you don't have enough money. You do not want to look at it. I get that. However, it's a necessary evil in order to improve financially, and that's my strong opinion. Ignoring it is not going to solve the problem. We can't wait around and hope to hit a number, hit lotto. That could happen, but the odds is great. We have to do something that's going to bring the money in regularly, like, every week, bi-weekly, at least monthly, something to supplement what we're doing. So anyway, I wanted to begin with that. I had some other thoughts about budgeting. When we're talking about budgeting, I think of wasting money. I think of all the money that I wasted in my lifetime on drugs alone. I could be a millionaire. Easy. And I'm not exaggerating. On drugs alone. And even something as simple as marijuana, the green tea, the bud, or whatever we call it. I enjoy it. I know other people enjoy it. But it has to come to a time where we look at it responsibly. It can't be an irresponsible thing where we're just spending money on it and not taking care of necessities and bills and stuff. And this is how it interferes with budgeting. Also, wasting money to me is these renter centers and, renting furniture to own. We have to be careful. And I know sometimes it's the only option that we have. We have no other option. We don't have no credit. We don't know nobody's going to give us the money, lend us the money. This is the only option we have, and I get it. So I understand that case. But if you can avoid doing it, stay away from the renter centers. Stay away from anything that's going to absorb interest from you. The other thing is these corner stores and these bodegas and, the higher prices there. We're better off going to a Price Right or Walmart or Aldi and shopping and trying to get everything that we need at home with one big shopping than to go. Even if we have to give a couple of dollars to somebody to take us, it's better than giving the corner stores this extra money that they're charging us because they're right there. You're paying $2 for a soda that you can get for 99 cents. And you keep doing that 10 or 20, 30, 40, 50 times, that money adds up. Do the math. As they say, do the math. Because when we look at things mathematically, if we do the math, we'll see it differently. That's where the budgeting comes in, and just looking at the numbers. Do the math. Keep that in mind moving forward when it comes to this budget and this financial awareness, or just anything in life when it comes to you. Do the math. Another thing that I noticed is that when I go to Walmart, I say, let me get a quarter pound of turkey, let me get a half a pound of cheese, let me get a pound of this when I go to get cold cuts. But when we go into the corner store, what do we say? We say, let me get $2 worth of bologna. Let me get $2 worth of cheese. So after $2 worth, why not a quarter of a pound? Why do we say $2? We say $2, in my opinion, because that's our budget for that, right? So we present that. I only have $2 to spend, so let me get $2 worth. And I just find that that's pretty interesting in saying, let me get a quarter of a pound. Because if he goes over a little bit, then what? We don't have the extra 50 cents. And, these are things that we have to look at moving forward. Are we aware? Are we aware? I don't know. I know for a long time I wasn't. And didn't want to be. Didn't care, actually. It didn't make a difference to me. I was enjoying my life on my terms. Despite the fact that I would set myself for financial failure. I would never be in a position the way I was going to be able to have a credit score that was good enough to go get me a car loan, a house loan, a meal loan, without getting jacked up. And when I get the credit, I will talk about the higher interest rates and why they give it to us. But the better your score, the lower the rate. I'll just say that. So the way I was heading, not caring and not being financially aware and not caring, I was going in a direction that was not healthy financially. And now I've learned, I've taught, and I'm putting it into practice, and I see the results. I'm telling you, it works. From experience, this works. So I'm not just preaching something that I read, I'm actually working it. So I just, for the first time, got a bank loan for a car. And I just came home from prison about 2 years ago. It works because I came home and I practiced what I taught guys inside, what I knew that worked. And I came home and did it for the second time. Got my credit score up. But this is the first time I got a bank loan for a car. It works. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. In the next segment, we're going to talk about credit building versus credit using. So I made some notes here. Let me peek, please. Let me cheat a little bit. Let me see. Okay. I do have two more things. I don't want to keep you guys on more than 15 minutes, right? The two things here is, can we climb out of a financial hole? And if so, how? But let's stay with the first question. Can we? Yes, we can. I'm proof of that. I'm still struggling a little bit, but I'm a long way away from where I used to be. And so, yes, it's possible. But as I said in my first part, or maybe not, I think it was another segment, that I didn't believe that I could do this. I didn't believe I was entitled. I was encouraged to do it. There was no hope. There was no ray of sunshine. I didn't see no future for me financially. As far as getting a car, getting my own place, being able to handle it, keeping money in my pocket, I just didn't see it. I was so messed up in my mind between using drugs and between this, my thought. My thought was my worst enemy. That was my worst enemy, my own thinking. The fact that I thought that I would never be able to get a car was preventing me from getting it. And I didn't realize it at the time. Once I started believing that I could get a car and that I was going to get one, then I went and got it. It was as simple as that. It began with a thought, and it changed with a thought. The same thing with drug use. I thought I could never get away from using it. But once I made up my mind and lost my appetite for it and say, no, I'm done, That thought, once I change that thought and that thinking, it's over. That's simple. It begins with a thought. That's the awareness. So yes, we can climb out of financial hole. I'm here to tell you that if you don't believe that it's possible. And sometimes we have to take baby steps. It doesn't happen overnight. And we have to put the work in. And we have to make sacrifices and we have to be patient in order to be successful at this. The sacrifices we have to make is to stay away from our desires. You might want to go get that half an ounce of green tea a week. You just can't do it. You got to make a sacrifice. You got to do it out. If you can't get a little hit there, then it ain't going to kill you if you go without a week to save that money to do something with. Maybe you'll be able to get it the week after or get down with somebody. But you can't have the whole thing by yourself. I mean, and ignore your financial responsibilities. These are the things that have to change in order to move forward. I'm saying. And even other sacrifices like clothes and designing labels and, we have to pull back a little bit, because at the end of the day, we have to do the math, right? And look at the budget and see what we really can afford versus what we want at any cost, and no matter what else gets ignored, right? So I gave you 11 minutes today. This morning, I apologize because I think one of the struggles, let me tell you, one of the struggles about podcasting for me anyway, is that I have in my mind to do it a certain day, and then something comes up that I have to take care of, and then gets pushed to the next day, and then the next day something else comes up. So this morning I said, you know what? I'm not going to let something come up this day. I'm going to do it in the morning. We're going to get it out the way. I'm not going to let another week go by. I'm not going to let this week go by without putting this up, because I said I was going to do at least 6 parts. So here I am first thing in the morning doing this, regardless to whom or what. I have to find a way to stay consistent and persistent with this. Just like I have to do with anything else in my life, maintaining myself, staying on top of my behaviors and attitudes, staying on top of everything I need to do to move forward, including this, because this is something that I want. And I'm doing it without any compensation. And there's a lot of hours going in it. But you know what? It's my passion. And if I'm doing something else, I'm trying to make ends meet also on the other side, just working whatever I need to do to make them ends meet. But this is my passion. I do not want to give up on this. I would like to finish out this whole year. That's my goal, just staying consistent with it. I think if I can do that, I will be successful. So that's my goal, and I'm saying it out loud. So please, like, share, comment, subscribe. I know it's going to take time. Feel me? I like that. I stole that from somebody. So with that, I hope everybody have a good day, a blessed weekend. Stay warm, stay safe. Peace.